When I was 18 graduating high school, I was able to bench press 245 pounds for one rep. And then about 3.5 years later, I was able to bench press 365 pounds for one rep. In this video, we're going to talk about my specific strategy, exactly what I did to get to that point. Now, to be fair, I don't know how this compares to other people, how fast they were able to progress with how much they could lift. But it seems like a lot to me, 120 pounds over 3.5 years. And honestly, for the first bit of that, I wasn't very consistent with exercising. So my initial strategy was to take my 5-rep max, and then I would do that for 20 reps. It doesn't matter how many sets it would take. The goal was always 20 reps of whatever my 5-rep max weight would be. Once I could hit 20 reps in 4 sets or less, then I would bump up to the next weight. So for example, if I did 225, 4 sets of 5, next week I'm doing 230 for however many sets it takes to get to the 20 reps. Now, as you'll notice, I didn't use a specific rep or set. My workout often looked like, so if I was doing 230 the week after I did 225, I would start with likely 5 reps, and then maybe another 5, maybe I get 4, maybe another 4 or 3. So it's not always the same. Every single week it's different. But the important thing to note is that you have to do more than you did the week before. So if I hit 19 reps on whatever weight I was doing, I wouldn't just do one set of 1 rep because that's kind of pointless. I would do a full another set, maximum effort in order to get the maximum benefit from what I was doing. I did this for about 3 times a week, semi-consistently. So for the first 2 years, I will say I was very inconsistent with what I did. But then for the last year and a half, I was very consistent with what I did. So especially for the last year and a half, I did 3 times a week, the exact same workout on bench press with the slight progression each time. Because if you measure yourself based on how many reps you get, you can always just do another rep if you want to truly make sure you progress that day. Something else to keep in mind is I gave essentially max effort on my sets. Now, I did not have someone spotting me, which is a terrible idea, so don't do that. But I would essentially I got very good at knowing when I could not do another rep, and I would just stop at that point. There was one time when I did get stuck under the bar, and it's kind of hard to sit up, as you can imagine, so I wouldn't recommend that. But so that's essentially my strategy for how I improved 120 pounds on my bench press. Sadly, I don't have a video, but you'll just have to take my word for it. I do have a video of me doing 340, I think 2 years ago, but obviously that's not quite as strong as I once was.